Reason number 7. How I knew I was being raised by a dark worker and a narcissistic, jealous parent. Y'all are probably like, damn, like this lady is crazy. Yeah. She definitely tried to destroy my life. She tried to destroy my brother's life. Like, if she hated you, if she felt like you had something that she wanted, you were her prey until she met someone she couldn't prey on. I initially had my first menstrual cycle when I was 11 years old. Very scary experience. I remember I was inside the trailers at school. We were in language arts, and this guy was like, "You're about to have your period." And I was like, "What? How you know that?" And he's like, "I just do." I never forget. His name was Romaine. Romaine, if you watching this, he was right, nigga. Either way, I left that school that day because, of course, it came through my pants, and I had to go home. And I was like craving. I was like, I want white cheddar popcorn. My dad was like, oh, she's growing up. Everybody was like, she's growing up. It was like an exciting time. But my mom had this same disdainful look that she always had, as though the attention, the spotlight was being taken from her. Very, very, Ursula, if you will. So they got my popcorn and we went there. I remember it being one of the most painful things I experienced. But I also remember me throwing away my pads and then disappearing out of the trash can. I didn't understand why, but at that time I was just thinking, okay, maybe someone's taking out the trash, but I didn't see it in the big trash either. That always stuck with me. Not too long after that, I never had a period again for the next 5 years. 5 whole years my period never came back. And sometimes people would be like, well, maybe it was just that one time and your body was like, boom, but for 5 years it never showing back up seemed pretty suspect. And when I finally did get my period again, I was met with one of the worst pains ever. Ever. Sometimes my blood even looking black. And when I went to the doctor, they let me know that I had cysts on my ovaries. How I developed cysts on my ovaries, I don't know. Some of them being the size of golf balls, causing me immense pain. I always wondered what that was or where it would have came from. Then I started noticing again when my period came back, my pads would go missing out of my trash can. She said, oh, you can't just throw them away in there. You know, you got to throw them in the big trash. But even when I looked in the big trash, what I had thrown away was not in there as well. She was taking my pads, taking my period blood. And if you know, you know, that's one of the biggest ways to hex someone, to curse someone as a woman, is taking that from them. I started having horrible pains. On top of still going through people bullying me. A boyfriend that truly was very kind to me and loved me all of a sudden started cheating on me out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Now, you can't force someone to cheat, but what you can do is place them in spaces. Placing them in spaces where they'll be tempted with things that they probably aren't strong enough to fight against. So I would honestly just sit back and wonder to myself, like, why is it that everyone that I'm around all of a sudden is just turning on me? They're choosing other people over me. They're pushing me away. I'm getting treated poorly when just 2 weeks ago y'all was cool. It made no sense to me. But I really started to have to like hold on to things because I realized growing up, we didn't have a lot. We stayed in my Auntie Andrea's basement. But my first memory is me laying next to my parents on a child mattress that has rainbows on it and clouds. If y'all from the 90s, y'all know about this little bit kid mattress. With the faces on it, with the clouds, with the faces and the rainbows. And they're having sex and someone's holding their arm on me. I thought back to myself, like, why would you have someone do that? Why wouldn't you protect your child? But then that also tied into how she was able to control him. Yeah, burying his underwear in the backyard was one thing, feeding him certain foods, yeah. But it's not that he didn't have the power to fight. It was that thing being dangled over his head every single time that she knew she could use against him. I couldn't have been more than 16 at the time. And she kept bullying me. She kept attacking me, like, kept coming in trying to fight me. And I'm like, stop trying to fight me. I don't want to fight you. Literally trying to fight me. Trying to push me to fight her. And I didn't want to. So I called my father. And I told him, please tell her to leave me alone. She will not leave me alone. It's really driving my mind crazy. And at this time, I'm still cutting. I'm still trying to deal with being depressed and doing what I'm doing at school. I kid y'all not. And I wish that someone would give me a lie detector test for these things. Because sometimes people don't think it's true. But I shit y'all not. She got on the phone with him. She said, you're fucking me. You're not fucking her. And I stood there in awe, like, what the fuck did she just say? Bitch, y'all my parents. What are y'all talking about? He called me back shortly after and said to just leave it alone and just forget it. To ignore what she's doing. Just don't be like her. So I'm in the house with a predator. And one of the people who's supposed to protect me just tells me to just let it be. If you're in any situation where you speak out and you try to protect yourself and people just say, oh, just forget it, just let it be, fuck them. Now, I'm not saying to go do nothing crazy or heinous because then you'll get in trouble. What I'm saying is to record everything. We're in a day and age where you can record every single thing. Record it all. Record it all. Record it all. So that when you do speak up, no matter what anyone says or does, that evidence cannot be refuted at all. Now, when it comes down to healing, this process is going to take some time. I promise you. Even at my big grown age, I'm still healing. I'm still having to write letters to my little self. I'm still having to deal with watching certain things and it bringing me to tears. But healing is the first step. Technically, the first step is shining light. Because you need to shine light in the darkness, babes. But healing is the first step to you recovering fully. Healing is the first step to you restoring the childhood you. Now, I'm not going to get my childhood back. It's not going to happen. But what I can do is do the things that I always wanted to do for myself to make myself happy. Having a birthday, blowing out candles, having a teddy bear. And if you have children, you can also do that through them. And I'm not saying to live through them. What I'm saying is treat them how you want it to be treated. No matter how hard it may be, no matter how frustrating parenthood may be, think about how you were and what you wanted and provide that for them. And I promise that the universe will shine upon you. God, the universe, the divine, Natif, Ra, whoever it is that you pray to, Olorun, Olodumare, whoever it is, they will restore you with what was taken. Because the way karma works, baby, when motherfuckers do stuff to you, it tallies up. And then you get paid what they tallied up. You'll get paid in grandeur. And they shall have to pay in darkness. I want you to know I love y'all. And we a soul tribe. We healing. We doing this together. So even if we cry while we do it, we gonna cry and square up. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all night. Feeling the heart.